Welcome to the Utah Golf Association Annual Awards Dinner. I'm Marquis McLean, host of the Utah Golf Reround Show. Tonight we will honor 2015's UGA champions, many of Utah Golf's best players, and the volunteers that made last year a memorable season. Let's get started with sports anchor Wesley Ruff's review of the 2015 UGA champions and the USGA championship qualifiers.
While she was disappointed with some aspects of her 2015 season, Sadie Palmer certainly started and finished well. Victories in the UGA Winter Champs and the Tournament of Champions, plus a good performance for the winning team in the Utah-Arizona Shootout, were the highlights of her year. Palmer also tied for second in the Women's Mary Lou Baker Open and was fourth in the Utah Women's Stroke Play Championship. Forever remembered in Utah golf as the winner of the 100th State Am, Darren Overson once again made his presence felt in a big way 17 years later at the age of 40. The Provo resident won the UGA Winter Champs, was runner-up in the Utah State Amateur, and qualified for the USGA Mid-Amateur Championship, highlighting a very satisfying year. Overson also qualified to play for the victorious host team in the Arizona-Utah Shootout and teamed with Jeff Jolly in the USGA Floorball Championship at the Olympic Club in San Francisco. Patrick Murphy's golf season started with a tie and was highlighted by two tournaments that ended with losses, but he'll always remember 2015. That's because sharing the senior division title of the UGA Winter Champs with Brett Sampson justifiably is considered a victory, and he produced major breakthroughs in those other events. Murphy and Sampson each finished with 88 points in the Stableford format. Murphy went on to qualify for match play in the State Amateur for the first time in roughly 25 years, and then delivered one of the strongest performances at a national level in recent Utah history when he reached the quarterfinals of the U.S. Senior Amateur Championship in New Jersey. Sampson had a remarkable year of coming close, finishing second in the Utah Senior Match Play Championship, the Utah Senior Amateur, and the Utah Floorball Championship with Kurt Siddons. Playing out of Jeremy Ranch Golf and Country Club, Marie Bambo has a short season on her home course, but she was ready for the Utah Women's Spring Open. Bambo teamed with Kelsey Chugg for a convincing victory in the team event at Sky Mountain Golf Course and Bloomington Country Club. They posted 149 points to 139 for Annette Giotti and Karen Kilpack after compiling 82 points in the opening round. Historically, the UGA's volunteer board of directors has included some outstanding golfers, but when it comes to full-time staff members, there's no doubt that Kelsey Chugg is in her own league. The UGA's membership director won the Utah Women's State Amateur for the third time in 4 years, becoming the tournament's first three-time winner since Lachelle Poffenberger in 1998. Chugg dominated the event at Hidden Valley Country Club, topping her latest achievement with 2 wins in one day over 2 of BYU's best golfers. After beating Leah Garner 6-5 in the semifinals, the former Weber State golfer beat Brooklyn Hawker 5-4 in the 18-hole finale. Chugg also teamed with Marie Bambo to win the Women's Spring Open team competition. She won the Mary Lou Baker Open and placed second to Serene Blair in the Utah Women's Stroke Play Championship and was the overall star of the winning team in the Arizona-Utah Shootout. Nationally, Chugg tied for second as an individual in the USGA Women's State Team Championship. Having emerged as a promising golfer in his teens, only to quit the game during college, Craig Wilson is enjoying a renaissance in his 50s. Wilson became the first golfer to sweep the Utah Senior Match Play Championship and the Utah Senior Amateur with memorable performances at Davis Park Golf Course and East Bay. Wilson also was the low amateur senior player in the Utah Mid-Amateur Championship. Ryan Brimley won the Utah Mid-Amateur Championship at Valley View Golf Course in a playoff over Jordan Rogers. Playing together in the final round, Brimley and Rogers staged one of the most memorable finishes in any UGA event, and that was prior to the playoff at Valley View Golf Course. In regulation play, Rogers nearly holed a 114-yard wedge shot, with the ball ending up just 6 inches behind the hole and giving him a tying birdie. Brimley's 40-foot birdie attempt to win skimmed the hole, but he delivered on a 6-footer on the first playoff hole for the winning birdie, earning the victory. On a national level, Brimley played in the USGA Mid-Am for the second year in a row, qualifying for match play at Vero Beach, Florida. Just about every golfer hits a shot sometime during the season that creates a memory to get them through the winter. In Brandon Hargett's case, that shot would have to be the 4-iron he hit to within 4 inches of the hole on the par 3 16th hole at Valley View Golf Course, giving him a birdie and an eventual one-stroke win in the Masters division of the Utah Mid-Amateur Championship. The win provided Hargett the opportunity to play in the UGA Tournament of Champions. Hargett also was proud to win the Hobble Creek Invitational with partner Kai Ruiz and to join Talon Cove's winning effort in the UGA 8-man team competition for the 3rd year in a row. No team in Utah Women's Floorball Championship could be as tightly bonded as the mother-daughter pairing of Sue and Kimberly Nias. But the winners came close. BYU teammates Leah Gardner and Kendra Dalton enjoyed the rare opportunity to play together in a team event. Now that may sound strange, but in college events, golfers are paired with players from other schools and then add up their scores to contribute to the team total. This truly was a shared experience. Gardner from Bonneville High School and Dalton from North Carolina teamed well at Glendale and Rose Park to claim a 4-stroke victory over the team of Nias and Nias. In October, Serene Blair broke San Diego State's school record for the low scoring in a 54-hole tournament. That's the kind of ability she often displayed in UGA events, including the Utah Women's Stroke Play Championship. Having once met in a Utah Women's State Am Finals match, Blair and Kelsey Chugg staged a great battle in the final round at Fox Hollow Golf Club. Blair's 15-foot birdie putt on the par 4 18th gave her a 1-stroke victory in the 36-hole tournament. Jordan Rogers wanted more in his first year as a professional golfer, but when he looks back on the 2015 season, he remembers that he fulfilled his original ambition of winning the Utah State Amateur. Rogers completed his amateur career with a dominating performance at the State Am at Soldier Hollow Golf Course. Rogers shot 69-66 to share medalist honors and earn the number 2 seed, and then routed 4 opponents before edging Seaquan John 1-up in the semifinals and defeating Darren Overson 3-1 in the 36-hole final match. After turning pro, Rogers nearly became the first golfer in 81 years to win both the Utah State Amateur and the Utah Open in the same season, but he lost in a final round duel with Arizona pro Nathan Lashley, finishing second at Riverside Country Club. Much like the Champions Tour, Utah Amateur Golf features plenty of senior golfers who thrive once they turn 50 and are able to compete with players of their own age or older. Well, Annette Giotti partly fits that description, except she's playing very well in her early 60s. Giotti won the Utah Women's Senior Amateur, shooting 73-73 on the Lake and Canyon courses at Mountain Dell. Kurt Owen and Kurt Nelson shot a final round 64 to win the Utah Floorball Championship at Victory Ranch Golf Club. Owen and Nelson shot 71-64, 135 to take top honors, beating Robbie Fillmore and Jed Rammel by 1 shot. Rob Backman will remember the Utah Floorball Championship for the 55-foot side hill putt that his partner Russell Hook made on 17 in the final round. Hook of South Jordan and Bachman of Farmington shot 64-67 at Victory Ranch, taking a 3-stroke victory over defending champions Kurt Siddons and Brett Sampson. Before moving to Utah from Southern California in 1990, Jeff Powers thought his days of golf competition were over. Well, now that he's in his 50s, it turns out he was just getting started. Powers won the amateur division of the Alan Simpkins Utah Senior Open at Tawana Vista Golf Course, shooting 72-72 for an even par 144 total. Other 2015 highlights for Powers included the club championship of Schneider's Riverside and a second round 63 in the Utah Senior Amateur at East Bay Golf Course, where he finished third. The tournament namesake, Alan Simpkins, won the Super Senior title with a 1-under-143 on rounds of 73-70. In a survey to assist with profiles of the 2015 UGA winners, each champion was asked to list an occupation. Rhett Rasmussen cited golfing. The response may create the impression that he's more one-dimensional than his life actually reflects, but there's no question that he does golfing very well. A senior at Corner Canyon High School in Draper, Rasmussen won the UGA Tournament of Champions at Thanksgiving Point. Now, that performance added to an outstanding year for Rasmussen, who was thrilled to win the Salt Lake City Open, was crowned the Low Amateur of the Southern Utah and Provo Opens, and earned medalist honors in the 4A State High School Championship. Rasmussen also tied for first in the U.S. Open local qualifying. As a lifelong amateur golfer and former UGA board member, Richfield's Mike Jorgensen loves the game in general and Utah golf in particular. In the UGA Tournament of Champions at Thanksgiving Point, Jorgensen shot 75-69 to tie for first in the senior division. He then converted on a 20-foot birdie putt to beat Kurt Siddons in the playoff for the senior title. Jorgensen enjoyed a breakthrough season as a senior golfer, making a return to the Governor's Cup and helping the UGA team beat the Utah Section PGA Pros at Hill Air Force Base. He was also a member of the winning Utah team at the Southwest Team Challenge. Once again, the Utah Golf Association held multiple qualifiers for United States Golf Association National Championships. Congratulations to the following that went on to regional and national competition. Rhett Rasmussen, Austin Bands, Matt Baird, and Kyle Chappell moved on to the regional U.S. Open qualifying. Jessica Sloot represented Utah in the U.S. Girls Junior Amateur and the U.S. Women's Floorball. Joe Parkinson and Seaquan John qualified for the U.S. Amateur. Craig Hammer and Patrick Murphy qualified for the U.S. Senior Amateur. Ryan Brimley, Darren Overson, and Robbie Fillmore qualified for the U.S. Mid-Amateur Championship. And Kelsey Chugg, Sadie Palmer, and Annette Giotti represented Utah in the USGA Women's State Team Championship.
Many of Utah's top golfers represented the Utah Golf Association in local and national team championships last year. These traveling team competitions give the UGA a chance to reward members' play with a spot on the team that competes in the highest level of local and national amateur competition.
Now, in the early years of the Governor's Cup, the amateurs representing the Utah Golf Association were thrilled to even earn a tie with the Utah Section PGA Pros. The complexion of the annual matches is different these days. The amateurs' 20-12 victory last August at Hill Air Force Base's Hubbard Golf Course gave the UGA its third victory in 4 years. The UGA team went 11-5 in individual matches, providing the biggest chunk of the winning margin, as the 4-ball segment, concurrent with individual play, was tied 4-4, and the UGA had a 5-3 edge in the morning foursome event. This trend certainly is a departure from the old days. The event started back in 1984, and the pros went 13-0-2 in the first 15 years. But since then, the ledger is evening out considerably. The pros hold only a 9-7 edge since 1999, with the event having skipped 2006. The winning streak has grown to 6 straight years after Utah's team of top amateurs defeated Team Arizona 40-32 in the Utah-Arizona shootout at Jeremy Ranch. This represents the largest run by either side in the 25-year history of this event. The annual competition against the two state associations was a back-and-forth affair, with Utah needing a strong final finish to come from behind and win. Utah team came away with victories in the final 5 matches of individual play. Kelsey Chugg won all her points in the first match of the day, and Cameron Crawford, Ryan Brimley, and Darren Overson followed with wins to propel Utah to the victory. Utah captain Kurt Bernheisel called this year's competition, quote, amateur golf at the highest level, end quote. Utah sent 3 teams of amateurs to the annual Southwest Team Challenge held late in the fall season at the exclusive Cascada Golf Club near Boulder, Nevada. The tournament features 4-player teams from a number of states across the country. The team of Kurt Siddons, Mike Jurgensen, Darren Overson, and David Jennings captured Utah's second Southwest Team Challenge title, carding 81, 84, 84 for a 249 total Stableford points to win the tournament by 2 points, once again beating a team from Arizona. Team Navy defeated Team White 18-6 in the annual UGA Women's Goddard Cup competition held at Oak Ridge Country Club. The Goddard Cup is, of course, named in memory of Jeannie Goddard, a longtime promoter of women's golf and the first woman elected to the Utah Golf Association Board of Directors. The teams are selected from the UGA Women's Player Performance Ranking, with the odd-numbered ranked ladies competing against the even-numbered ranked ladies. The competition includes a foursome segment and a 4-ball segment, with 1 point for the front 9, 1 point for the back 9, and 1 point for the 18 holes. The Navy team won the foursome segment 10-2 and the 4-ball segment 8-4. Team Utah was represented in the Pacific Coast Amateur by Rhett Rasmussen, Brandon Kidda, and Darren Overson, and finished in 12th place of the Morse Cup team competition. Rasmussen led the team with a top 30 finish. Each season, the UGA partners with the Utah Junior Golf Association to sponsor junior traveling teams that represent Utah while competing on the national junior amateur level. The players earn their spot on the teams with the quality of play throughout the UJGA season. This year, the UJGA fielded teams in the Eddie Hogan Cup, and members of that team, Dylan Chugg, Hayden Bands, Dave Timmons, and Max Brenchley. The Mary Cave Cup, members of that team, Gracie Richens, Zaria Thompson, Tess Blair, and Kaylin Ponich. The Boys Junior America's Cup, members of the team, Carson Lundell, Cole Ponich, Brock Stanger, and Elijah Turner. And the Girls Junior America's Cup, members of the team, Kirsten Fotu, Jessica Sloot, Laura Gerner, and Kyla Smith.
The 2015 UGA League Play competition was strong this year, and the UGA is proud of this program, which allows for teams from across the state to compete season-long for the right to be called champions. Here's Wesley with the list of the 2015 champions.
Willow Creek Country Club claimed its 5th consecutive Super Senior Country Club Division 8-man team title with a 12-6 victory over Oak Ridge Country Club. Alpine Country Club claimed the title of At-Large Country Club Division champions with a close 19-17 victory over Hidden Valley Country Club. Wasatch Mountain State Park's Senior 8-man team defeated East Bay 21-15 in the final match of the Senior Public Team Championship. Oak Ridge Country Club defeated Alpine Country Club to claim the UGA Private Team Play Senior League champions, and Talons Cove defeated Eagle Mountain 19.5 to 16.5 in the 8-man at-large championship match. Following the final women's private club and public club league championship matches each year, the UGA holds an 18-hole team event in which the winner of the public league plays the winner of the private league. This year's match took place at Davis Park Golf Course, featuring the ladies of Hidden Valley Country Club, which finished its regular season with an impressive 8-1-1 record, and the Bonneville A-Team, which finished with a 5-1 record. Hidden Valley Country Club defeated Bonneville 80 to 64.
One of the highlights of 2015 was the induction of some of Utah Golf's living legends into the Utah Golf Hall of Fame. Here's Wesley to tell you who joined the list of this prestigious group of golfers, administrators, and volunteers, as well as the recent success of the Golf Alliance for Utah and the Utah Golf Foundation.
5 new members were inducted into the Utah Golf Hall of Fame in 2015 at a ceremony held at the Marriott Hotel in downtown Salt Lake City. The inductees were Mike Malaska, Jimmy Blair, Mark Passy, Keith Hansen, and Jeff Beaudry. Full recap of the Hall of Fame ceremony can be found on the Utah Golf Association website, including brief bios of each inductee. The Golf Alliance Utah was formed to champion the economic, environmental, recreational, and lifestyle assets of the game of golf in Utah. This group, which includes golf's major stakeholders in Utah, was hard at work in 2015. The GAU was represented at the Utah State Legislature in 2015 by lobbyist Ryan Peterson and the firm of Parsons, Beal, and Latimer. In addition to the GAU's work at the state level, the group was involved at the local level with Salt Lake City Golf Department. The Utah Golf Foundation is an allied organization whose mission it is to provide financial support to Utah programs that expand the opportunity and access to those who wish to play the game of golf. The UGF is excited to announce 2 programs that will fulfill its mission. The first program is called Youth on Course, which was started by the Northern California Golf Association. The Utah Golf Foundation will partner with Utah Golf Courses in offering junior golfers rounds at no more than $5 per round. The UGF will subsidize the remaining balance per round. In addition, the UGF will begin a pilot program in 2016 designed to engage our state's veterans by offering instruction, golf, and camaraderie.
The Utah Golf Association would like to thank the players, volunteers, and host facilities for their continued support of Utah golf. Thank you to Wesley Ruff and Kurt Craigthorpe for their assistance in our review of the 2015 golf season. I'm Marquis McLean. You can find me right in your email as the host of the Utah Golf Reround Show, brought to you by the Utah Section PGA. And remember, just click play. Now please enjoy these video recaps of the Utah Men's and Women's State Amateur Championships.